Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my corner of the world. We are here checking out a video called The Twilight Saga Elite Hands. This popped up in my recommended feed. It was made by, I think the way to pronounce their name is Beasky. Listen, let me get this out of the way. I enjoyed the Twilight movies. Okay, I know that kind of sounds like taboo, and I know a lot of people enjoy it just to tear it down and make fun of it, which I get it. There are very obvious flaws that I completely acknowledge. I acknowledge all of the flaws, and I agree with you when it comes to like mocking it and things like that. I agree. However, I still enjoy the world itself. I enjoy watching the movies. I enjoy rewatching the movies, which I have done for a long time. I just enjoy watching them, and I will not feel ashamed for it. But one thing I really enjoy about these movies is the action. The action, like particularly in the later movies, especially, they had some top-notch action scenes in these movies. Whatever else, you were going to get some pretty good action in these movies. So let's see how Beasky is going to be talking about it. Link to the original video will be in the description if you want to check it out on your own. Let's run this up. 32 minutes long.
Now I already know somebody's
here
gonna
we
comment,
go.
why is Beasky covering Twilight? Those movies suck. And you know what?
I have no cutback.
But Twilight is a movie series that came out a while ago. And it's pretty much a love saga between a woman named Bella, a man named Edward, and a side nigga named Jacob. But as I was watching this series with my girl, I realized these vampires really got hands. And the main two movies I think showcase this are Twilight Eclipse and Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. They had some other small fights throughout the series, but these two movies had some crazy
specifically.
Hands
Oh yeah.
And if you ain't seen the movies, that's okay too. I'm gonna try to fill y'all in with as much lore as I can as we go. So let's get into it.
Eclipse and Breaking Dawn Part 2.
So the scene starts with a man named Riley being bitten and slowly turning into a vampire. And the woman who made him into a vampire is a woman named Victoria. And the reason she did this is because she's making an army of newborn vampires in order to go kill Bella. Because in the very first Twilight movie, Victoria got her husband James packed up. Edward and his family literally killed him and burned him.
Sure did.
But while all this is happening, Edward and his family have no idea about this. But eventually, the newborn vampires start getting a little too active in the streets, and the Cullens start to realize that they gotta put a stop to this. So Edward takes Bella's useless ass to go see her mom so that Bella won't get hurt, and the rest of the Cullens go to the forest looking for Victoria.
Chapter 1, Victoria's arrival. Nah, Victoria, she was moving.
And at first, nobody could find her. But then Alice caught her scent right as she ran through the forest. I forgot, I did not introduce y'all to the Cullen team. And I'm gonna break this down in basketball terminology for all the niggas that are watching this that don't know the lore.
Fair enough.
So let me give y'all the lineup real quick.
It's a smart way to do it,
First,
actually.
we got the starting five. These the real smackers in the family. At the one, we got Carlisle Cullen. He's the dad of the group and also the leader. He's like a Chris Paul type of player. He's selfless, he's gonna make the right decision every time, and he's gonna make sure everybody on the court is good. Next up is the 2 spot. We got Alice Cullen. She's my personal favorite. She's like a prime Drew Holiday type of player. She has the power where she can see what's about to happen before it even happens. So her defense game is crazy. She gonna shut shit down before it even happens. She's also a member of Weave Nation. Next up at the 3 spot, we got Emmett Cullen.
Yo, my
He's the strongest one in the family. He's what Zion Williamson would have been if he didn't like BBLs and gumbo so much. He just gonna run through whatever is in his way and get the job done. Next at the 4 spot is Jasper. He's a LeBron type player because he has been in the game for a long ass time. He has been around since the Confederate Army. So he's seen it all and can make the right play whenever he needs to. Last up in the starting 5 is Edward Cullen. He's a Kyrie Irving type player because he's pretty chilled out for the most part, but when he locks in, it's very few people that can keep up with him. And just like me, he's also the fastest person in his family. Yeah, I said it. Next, we got the 2 bench players. First up is Esme. She's a James Harden type player. She don't really be doing shit when she's on defense, but when she got the ball, can't nobody touch her. She's also the first vampire to ever be a part of Weave Nation. And last and definitely least, we got Rosalie. She like the Draymond Green of the group. She not really used to doing any of these movies, but she does a really good job at two things: being crazy as hell and being a hater. All right, now we can get back to the story.
Damn, why you gotta talk about
So Victoria
Rose
takes
like
off
that?
and they all go chase after her. And they are running fast as hell right now. I can barely tell what's going on. But Victoria is still untouched. But Emmett is hawking her down. He puts his hand out to try to grab her, but she flips him off, sending him into a tree. And she even looked back at him like, "Come on, man.
That's too easy."
This is why we always get consent before touching women, guys. You never know if she gonna throw you into a tree. So
True.
now Jasper and Carlisle are in the lead. And now we cut back to Emmett, and he mad as hell he got done like this in front of his girl, his brother, his sister, his mom, and the creatures of the forest. So now he got something to prove. But then Victoria does this big ass jump to the other side of the lake. But the Cullens can't cross that lake because it's not their territory anymore. The land she's on now is wolf territory. But the sad thing for Victoria is vampires are not sanctioned on that side of the lake. Then the wolves pull up because they smell the scent of an op. And I was gonna break down the wolves right now, but to be honest, they all look the same.
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
So now Victoria has to worry about vampires and
that.
these I promise my dog don't bite ass wolves. And they really on her ass too. But then she jumps to the other side, and now Emmett is trying to get his get back. But now it's Jasper's turn for the ISO. Victoria jumps off these trees for whatever reason, and Jasper tries to jump and get her, but he misses and falls on the ground. But Emmett still got a point to prove, so he jumps after her, but he gets blocked by the wolf. And this part kind of made me mad, because Victoria is the main objective right now, and they're having a staring contest like she's not standing right there behind him. But they end.
That is true, but also before he continues, can we just like give a quick shout out to Emmett though, because it is actually crazy when you put into perspective just how fast he is for a dude his size. Like, he was the first one to like really catch up to Victoria. She like brushed him off. He hit a tree, right? But then obviously Victoria didn't stop running, and then the Cullens, they didn't stop running either. Like, they kept going after her. So he was like, he stayed behind, getting back up for, I don't know how many seconds it would have been. I guess it's like, I want to say like around 10 maybe, like around like 10 seconds, like he's behind. But with as fast as they are, especially in this life or death scenario, 10 seconds is a lot. That is a lot of time for creatures with speed like theirs to get away. So he was behind for like 10 seconds. He gets up, goes full speed, not only catches up with the Cullens, but then he also once again catches up with Victoria. This dude is insanely fast for a guy his size. You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy. Shout out to Emmett.
End up losing her and realizing that they got to get some practice in before she comes back with the army.
Dude is like a freaking berserker. Like, he was just moving.
So the next day, they all meet up in the woods so that they can get some practice shots up before the big game. Because the scariest thing about fighting newborns is they are extremely strong. So Jasper has to teach them all how to fight. First ISO is Emmett versus Jasper. They run straight towards each other, and I don't know how far back Emmett was, but this nigga took a long time to get to Jasper. Look how close they were right before he takes off. He's
camera shots
right
do
in
that
front of him.
sometimes. I don't know why
But when
that
Emmett
is.
finally tackles Jasper, he grabs him and throws him on the ground. Then he rushes back to hit him again, but Jasper dodges his hit and had Emmett looking like he was about to hit the... Then he grabs his shoulder, and whenever someone grabs your shoulder in Twilight, just know you're about to get cooked, because then he slams him on the ground. I don't know, man. Emmett might have to be taken out the starting five.
No. It's
That's his
fine. Keep
second
him there.
L now
Keep
in
him
front
there.
of his
Keep him
whole
there.
family.
It's fine.
But now it's time for
It's
the
fine.
next ISO. Edward versus Carlisle. They both run at each other, but Carlisle slide cancels and makes Edward trip. Then they get back up. Carlisle goes for a punch, but Edward dodges it. Then he blocks, grabs Carlisle, and slams him on the ground. But he forgot one thing.
Never turn your back on your enemy.
Next up is Jasper versus Rosalie's Bumblebee.
They gave Jasper
This doesn't even last
farm scene, bro.
She puts up 2 missed shots and then gets slapped.
This nigga is trash.
See, I told y'all, she don't be doing nothing for real. I see why she was hating on Bella in the first 3 movies now. She was mad that Bella is more useless than her. They really 2 chicks of the same ass. But now it's time for Alice versus Jasper. Keep the play-by-play. So they start by staring at each other's eyes. But then Jasper goes for a strike, but she dodges it. Then a weave somersault. Yeah, they ain't moving like Alice for real. I'm telling y'all, she's different. Then Jasper goes for a hit, then he goes for a punch. And now Jasper's getting mad, so he grabs her. Mind you, he ain't landed 1 hit on her, and he the person that's supposed to be teaching everybody how to fight. But then they start staring again, and then he tries to kiss her. And not gonna lie, I don't know what he was trying to teach with this move, cause that shit is definitely not working on the newborns. They gonna try that and end up like this. But then Alice moves out the way and curves him right in front of everybody and disappears. And she had Jasper looking confused as hell.
Give that guy a map.
I know the wolves was back there watching like,
who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't.
Then she sneak attacks him from the trees.
And if that was a fight,
I don't care if y'all think I'm meat riding either. Ain't nobody moving like Alice Cullen.
Nah,
I'm also not sure why the Wolves didn't participate. I think they definitely could have benefited from going a few rounds, but what do I know? But now practice is over. The Wolves go home.
Maybe it was
the
a
Colors
budget
go
thing.
home. Bella still ain't doing shit. And now it's time for
the game plan.
So the plan is to use Bella's scent to lure the newborns into coming to a big open field. And since Jacob is a wolf and smells like shit, he's in charge of taking Bella away from the field so the newborns don't smell her. And y'all peep how he chose to carry her. Shirt off, carrying her in both hands, and she hugging him tight as hell with her hand right on his chest.
She belongs to the streets.
I know Edward was punching the air after they took off. I swear, Jacob knew what he was doing too, because he could have just turned into a wolf and got her there a lot quicker. So now we get to see Victoria talking to Riley about their game plan. And she ain't doing nothing but lying and spreading misinformation to him. And he is eating it up too. Victoria got this man under a massive genjutsu. I ain't lying either, look at her eyes. So their game plan isn't as complex, it's really just to get a bunch of people and pull up on the Cullens. So the next day, Riley gets the newborn team ready to go. Jacob carries Bella away again, and Edward starts ore farming in the sun for some reason.
Boy, if you don't get...
So the newborn team finally makes it across the water, and if you're wondering, yes, Edward is still ore farming in the middle of the woods right now. But after this, a wolf named Seth pulls up to tell Edward that the newborn team has just arrived. So now it's time for...
I do find it kind of hilarious.
So we start the scene with the newborns going...
How in this movie they basically hyped up this newborn army to be like they hyped them up to be like the worst of the worst things imaginable. Like they were basically hyped up to be Satan's greatest soldiers in this movie, low key. Only for them to just get absolutely wiped. They got washed, bro. They got absolutely washed when they actually pulled up. Like, I don't even think they did any like legitimate damage except to Jacob, that one who crushed Jacob's ribs. Except for that one, I don't think they did any actual damage. Like, those newborns were not moving like they were hyped up to be moving.
Crazy over the smell of Bella's
That
blood.
is funny to me.
And then we cut to see the Cullen gang getting ready for the smoke. And I ain't never seen a group of vampires look this clean. They got the all black fits on, hands ready, and my nigga Emmett got a fresh cut. So the newborns are still running through the forest trying to get there. And once they do, the Cullen team and the newborn team rush to the middle. And this is where we see a master class in combat. So I need y'all to pay close attention or you gonna miss it.
I'm ready.
Jasper starts off by knocking a dude's head clean off of his body. This is how some of y'all were saying the gorilla was gonna do the 100 humans. Next we got Emmett, and he trucks this guy off of his feet. I didn't even see this at first, but he had a hat on while he was running.
Did
he got hit by Emmett and that hoe disappeared.
Oh.
Then he puts this girl in a chokehold, grabs her face, but before we see what he gonna do, peep the nigga in the back. I don't know what Carlisle did to him, but he is in a crazy position.
Yes,
right
he is.
Feet
I
up,
didn't even notice
ass
that.
up, and he's on his neck. Yeah, that's
Carlisle,
crazy.
what did you
then
do to
Emmett
him?
just rips her head off. Next we got Alice, and she dodges the first newborn, pushes the next one, picks him up by his meat, and flips him. And as if they weren't getting cooked enough already, the wolves pull up. And I know the newborns were mad as hell Riley didn't tell them about the wolves.
You swear to God. Say you swear to God. Put that on put that.
He getting fired
That's
from being the
probably
coach
what
after
they
this.
were thinking,
This is like
too.
going to fight someone in real life and you show up and they pull out the executioner blade. Like, nah, bruh, you got it. I don't even want to fight no more.
Yeah,
then we see
good,
Victoria
bro.
finally pull up and she looking sad as hell that her team is losing. And I couldn't have been on the newborn team that day. I would have seen Victoria back there hiding and been screaming for her to help.
Police!
But let's get back.
Nah, see, me personally, if I'm on the newborn team and I see that not only are we getting held back by the Cullens, but then these wolves show up and add numbers, and then I look over to my right and see Victoria off in the distance looking that worried and she just runs, I am off of that battlefield. I am gone. I am leaving this and I'm going to go live my immortal life somewhere else. I am gone. Okay?
To the fight. Carlisle weaves this
I'm
punch.
looking out for number
Then
one.
Esme sweeps him off of his feet. Then Carlisle grabs both his shoulders, then slams him on the ground. And I'm not gonna lie, this dude right here got done in the worst way possible.
Because
Because
the
then
combo ain't
Esme
done yet.
cartwheels over him, grabs him, and alley-oops him to the wall. See, this is elite levels of teamwork right here. This is how I need my dogs and my girl to be if someone breaks into our crib. And look behind him during this. These two newborns decide to run away. I don't even blame them.
I don't blame them. I'm saying, I don't blame them.
By a giant wolf,
I'm leaving
I'm either
too.
running away or I'm switching sides immediately. But now we got a real crash out pulling up to the scene. Jacob Black, also known as Bella's side piece. He pulls up and starts biting everything he can see. Then we see a newborn try to score on Emmett, but Jacob comes in for the chase down block. He might be on the sideline for Bella, but he a star player in the field right now.
Wow.
Then Jasper choke slams this girl into the ground, dodges this dude, and knocks another person's head off. Jasper's putting up elite numbers right now. He really don't miss.
He's the MVP.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Then he pushes this guy to the side, and I have no idea what this newborn right here was planning to do, because as you can clearly see, he has a wolf behind him and Alice right in front of him. But she pump faked his ass and she
sure
spins on
did.
top of him.
Spin
Then he gets
move.
taken out by the wolf. That's why I glaze Alice so much. She's too clean. She's yet to be touched in a single movie so far. Then we see a newborn tackle one of the wolves, but Jasper isn't going for that. So he locks in and punches this girl out the way, slaps this guy off the ground, flips this dude in the air, and then hits the Michael Phelps swan dive and rips another
Got your
head off.
head.
He's taken off 3 heads so far. He might really have to get that MVP trophy after
I'm
this.
saying, he
Next
was
we
the
got Esme.
MVP.
She slaps this dude, dodges her punch, dodges again, spins her around in a chokehold. And I know I said the other guy got done dirty, but this girl might be tied for worst death. Carlisle comes and chops her whole head off.
Bye-bye.
Esme and Carlisle are an elite duo. Rosalie, take notes, nigga. You ain't scored this whole game.
That actually is crazy. I do wish that they had done more for Rose. Like I wish that all of the side characters realistically got more screen time, because let's be honest here, I prefer literally every single side character over Edward and Bella. Literally every one of them is a more interesting character than those two. They all have very interesting backgrounds. They all have what seems to be, like, at least for most of them, those that are gifted, they have like really interesting abilities. Like, I would love to see more of like who they are, what they can do. Like, give me more of them. I don't care about Bella and Edward nearly as much as I do about everybody else. Nowhere near. So, especially with Rosalie, I like Rosalie a lot. I wish that we had gotten more screen time with her, and I feel like if we had gotten to see her like fight, she could have been like pretty lethal, you know? That is definitely one of the flaws that are in these movies. Not enough side character screen time.
Next, we catch Alice running away from this newborn, but Jasper is right behind him.
This nigga is crazy.
And he jumps all the way in the air, comes down on his neck, and rips both of his arms off. Yeah, Jasper definitely get my vote for MVP after this. Now we got Emmett throwing people left and right. He not even trying to kill him. He just having fun for real. I swear, swole niggas always be doing strong shit for no reason. But then he runs towards a wolf that's getting overwhelmed, smacks this dude away, slams this dude on the ground, then punches this dude in the face. Emmett really trying to beat the fraud allegations after what happened with Victoria. And I can't lie, he's doing a great job. Then Carlisle and Esme pull up on this little girl newborn. And I know she was scared as hell. She seen a wolf alley-oop and a neck breaker combo from these two. I would just put my head down and accept defeat.
Yup.
But then Edward gets the scent of Victoria and realizes Victoria hit them with a pump fake of her own.
Edward's ISO. Alright, bro.
So at first, Edward was trying to let Riley know that Victoria was playing him this whole time. But Riley is still under the genjutsu, so he not trying to hear any of that. So he gets ready to attack Edward, but my boy Seth pulled up just as he was about to hit Edward. And Seth is doing him dirty right now. He got his whole arm in his mouth. He was even wagging his tail. This was Seth's first time tasting Vampire 2. I know he'll never forget this moment. And neither will Riley, because Victoria is standing right there looking at him getting eaten by this big ass wolf. And Seth took off his whole arm. And then Victoria just runs away. I swear, it really be your own niggas, man. But Edward not gonna let Victoria leave. He starts rage baiting her.
He did.
You won't get a chance like this again. You want me to feel the same pain you felt when we slimed out James. When we smoked him into oblivion. When I turned that nigga into a pack. And this got really Victoria mad as hell. And whole time, Riley's back there getting tortured by Seth. He back there like, so she runs at Edward and tackles him. Then she tries to grab Bella, but that was a bad play. Edward does not play about Bella. He will literally take himself out before letting anything happen to her. So he grabs her and throws her into a tree. Then she starts climbing it, so Edward knocks the tree down and she falls out. Then Edward hits the biggest jump I've ever seen and tackles her. But this caught Seth's attention. He really hit the I may talk, squirrel. And then Riley ended up knocking him out. So now Edward is really putting the hands on Victoria, but Riley is free now and goes to help her. And he a better man than me. I would have sat there and watched just how she did me.
For real.
There's no way I'm helping her after she just watched me get mauled by a wolf.
Ain't no way. You're
but he tackles Edward
dude.
off of her, and Edward is like,
I'm not finished.
and slams his head into the ground. And look at Edward's face right now. He wanted Riley dead right then. But then Victoria puts him in a chokehold and then gets ready to finish him off. And after 3 books and 3 movies, Bella finally becomes useful and does something.
Finally!
She uses her blood to distract them. And Riley instantly turns. If this was a cartoon, his ass would have lifted and floated off the ground. But this was the opening that Edward needed. The ball was in his hands now. So he pushes Riley off and smacks Victoria. And then Riley tries to grab Edward again. But then Edward throws him into a rock. And just when Riley's day couldn't get any worse, because he just saw his girl sit there watching him get mauled. His arm's already been taken off. Seth comes back and bites him again. And Victoria is still just sitting there looking. And he's begging for help.
Disgust,
but she's like,
bro. She couldn't care less.
But anywho.
And then Seth just drags him off.
This is why you can't get whipped like this. Like, brother, you barely know her. There's no way you are that whipped over a girl you barely know. Like, get it together, man. Get it together. If you had gotten your head straight, dude, you could have saved yourself. She was not worth it.
So Victoria tries to go for
was
Bella
not worth
again,
it.
but Edward blocks her and ends up getting choked. Then he spins her around and grabs her neck. And once you see the crack lines in their skin, just know it's probably over for them. But just like your typical basketball player, whenever a girl's around, he gotta do some extra shit. So he throws her in the air, catches her by the back of the neck, then slams her into the ground, lifts her up, and finishes her off with a bite.
Fatality.
And I can't lie, the self alley-oop was tough. These are not normal
Yeah, I
plays
love
that
that
people
little
make.
move that
And now
Edward
the fights are
does.
finished. Victoria got packed, Riley got packed, and the newborn army got packed. But because of all the commotion, a group called the Volturi pulls up. And these vampires are like royalty. They the big dogs in the vampire universe.
Yeah.
And they only really show up when there's rules being broken or something going on. And the aura of the Volturi members is crazy as hell. Anytime they pull up, you gotta be ready for anything to go down. But they not trying to fight this time. But they do tell Bella that she needs to be a vampire soon or it's gonna be a problem. And after all this, Bella gets pregnant, and Edward and Bella's ugly CGI baby Renesmee is born.
We don't talk
Then she
about
turns
it.
into a vampire. But one day, one of Edward's
We
cousins
do
named
not talk
Irina
about that.
snitched on the family. Because they thought that the baby that Bella had was a vampire baby. But in reality, it was half vampire and half human, because it was born before Bella turned into a vampire. But the Volturi was not trying to hear that. So now the Cullens have to assemble one of the greatest vampire teams of all time, because the Volturi are coming to take out that baby in a few months.
What's up, little bud? Got a staring problem, pal?
Like what, dude? He's just looking at you. He's a baby. He's just...
Look at his face. Dumb little face.
Damn.
Yo, Zan, get your boy, dog.
Yo.
But now it's time for the...
Who is this guy? what clip was that from? Why is he out here trying to box a baby? What was that?
next chapter.
The Vampire All-Star Team.
So now that there's beef with the Volturi, the Cullen team has to assemble a new roster. We still keeping the starting 5, but they gotta add some more depth to the roster. So this leads the Cullen family to have to go talk to more people and more covens to recruit more vampires for the upcoming potential battle with the Volturi. The first new roster additions are the Denali Coven, which consists of Tanya, Carmen, and Elizar. And the powerhouse in this coven is Kate.
Yeah.
She has a crazy ability to produce electricity from her hands. Now we got Carlisle recruiting the Egyptian Coven. And the new recruits from this coven are Aman, Kebi, Tia, and Benjamin.
The Avatar.
Benjamin can control any element, so he's like the vampire avatar.
He's the
basically.
Avatar.
Next recruits are the Amazon Coven. This consists of Zafrina and Senna. Zafrina has the ability to make you see illusions. She's basically capable of genjutsu. Next up is the Romanian Coven, which consists of Stefan and Vladimir. Then we got another member from the Denali Coven, Garrett. And the last vampire we got added to the lineup is Bella. Now I know I said she was useless and a terrible girlfriend,
she
and a
was
terrible
great in
character,
this movie.
and a terrible person, and a terrible friend, and extremely useless. But not gonna lie, Bella might steal the MVP spot from Jasper.
Yeah.
Because Bella ends up
She
having the
was
ability
moving
to block
great
other
in this
people's
movie.
powers from working if she concentrates and stares at that person. We also got the wolves added to the roster too.
Like, honestly, for Bella as a character in terms of her writing, I would say she was best in Breaking Dawn Part 2. Like, the way that she was written in that movie was actually really, really good. She seems like if you were to compare her in the first 3 movies to like, I'm not necessarily going to count number 4, because like number 4, you know, they're already married, there's really no like love triangle, whatnot, you know. But like, compare her how she is in the first 3, excluding 4, and then like go how she is in number 5, you are looking at vastly different characters. You are looking at vastly different characters. like becoming a vampire changed her for the better. Like, and her writing in number 5 was really great for like that portion of the story. It was really, really good, and that was like the best portrayal that she had. I'm not gonna lie.
The main players we're gonna focus on
She
are
was
Clearwater,
moving great
Seth
in
Clearwater,
Breaking Dawn
and
Part
Sam
2.
Yulee. So now that everybody's recruited, now it's time for the next chapter.
God,
The
watching
scene
this
starts
for
with
the
Cullen
first
team
time,
walking up to a field of snow as they wait for the
I was
arrival of the
heartbroken
Volturi.
watching
And
this scene for
slowly
the
we
first
start
time.
hearing footsteps. So the Cullens spread out, and the Volturi finally pull up.
If you
And
know,
I gotta
you
give
know.
it to them. They clean as hell.
You got that shit on though.
They out here looking like Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts. And then the Wolfpack pulls up to join the team too. And now the All-Star team is all here. And damn, the Cullens looking kind of outnumbered right now. I could have swore our group looked bigger than this. But it's too late now. We got to use the players we got. And now it's time to introduce the important members of the Volturi team.
Quality
First
over
up, we got
quantity,
the
right?
big three. Aro, Marcus, and Caius. These are the big dogs of the Volturi. Next up is the Volturi guards. This group consists of Felix, who is super strong, Dimitri, who is an expert tracker, Alec, he can blind anybody with his powers, and last up is Jane. She has a power called Pain Illusion, which lets her stare at a person and inflict pain on them that only she can stop.
That ability is so
Everyone else
broken.
y'all see is just Volturi meat riders that decided to show up. But then they start trying to find out what Renesmee is by asking her family questions. And they end up finding out that Renesmee is actually half human and half vampire. But it's one thing the Volturi hate, and that's mistakes. So now Irina the snitch gotta be put to the hot seat. And I mean that literally. They burn her for making the mistake that Renesmee is a full-blooded vampire baby. Then the Volturi start rage baiting them, and Jane uses her powers to start hurting Edward. But Bella gotta beat the useless allegations, and she starts shielding Edward and the rest of the group from Jane's powers. But Aro's hating ass still thinks Renesmee is going to be a problem. But then Alice and Jasper pull up. And because Alice can see the future, she goes to show Aro that nothing bad will happen if they leave Renesmee alive. But Aro wasn't trying to hear that.
Don't care.
Yeah, he woke up and chose violence
He
today.
came all the way here from Italy, and his hotel checkout isn't to the end of the week. So he's like,
I'm leaving here with something. I mean, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with
so once
something.
Alice realized that Aro won't change his mind, Bella sends Jacob and Renesmee away from the group to be safe. But just before the Volturi could go get Renesmee, Alice kicked Aro off the ground. And when he landed, he was pissed. So he ordered the Volturi meat riders to take Alice away. But Carlisle ain't gonna let that slide. So he runs towards the Volturi, he flips the first guy, then throws the next guy. But Aro has been itching for a fight, so he steps up to run the ISO with Carlisle. They both jump in the air, but only Aro stands up. And he has Carlisle's head in his...
The air that left my lungs when I saw this at... Damn, how old would I have been? Like, this movie came out in 2012? I would have saw it when I was... Yeah, around that, 11, 12 years old. I would have been around 11 or 12 years old. The air that left my lungs when I watched this for the first time. Oh my God. Like, that shit came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that to happen at all. Like, it was like one of the greatest swerves. Like, but the swerve that happens later is even bigger than this. But like, bro, I was like, no, not Carlisle.
But only Aro
Like,
stands
I was
up.
heated.
And he has
I wanted
Carlisle's head in
Aro
his
dead.
hand.
I was heated.
And like the true rage baiter he is, he smiles at the Cullen team and proceeds to burn Carlisle's body right in front of his family. And this causes the entire Cullen team to run right at the Volturi. Now it's time for the final chapter. Jasper comes in, pulls this guy on the ground, and takes his head off. I don't know what his obsession with taking heads off is, but this is his first kill, so we up 1 right now. Next, we got Rosalie finally getting some playtime. She chokeslams this dude on the ground, and after 5 movies, she finally did something. Then we see Jane setting up for the backdoor attack on Jasper, but Bella pops out and blocks her with her shield. But Alex sees this and takes off to tackle Bella. But now that Bella got tackled, Jasper isn't protected by her shield, so Jasper starts to feel the damage from Jane. And the members of the Volturi hold him down and they take his head off. And this was crazy. After all the heads Jasper took, he just got his head taken. Then Emmett sees Alec and he already knows this is the ISO that he wanted. He runs at him and slams him on the ground, steps on his body and rips his head off.
I was cheering
but now
so
Auro has
loud when I
started to
watched
get
that.
worried seeing all this. The Volturi are supposed to be the strongest vampires in the verse, and they getting beaten by the power of friendship and family. Then we see Kate kick this dude in the stomach, and then she starts shocking his entire face. It's gotta be a terrible way to go out. But now it's time for Edward to get his ISO win with Dimitri. They both run towards each other, but Edward misses and Dimitri flips him off his feet.
Embarrassing.
Carlos declined.
Then Seth randomly catches this dude out the air and gets a nice snack. But he didn't know that Jane was right in front of him, and she starts doing him bad, and she's even smiling about it.
Right.
This nigga is crazy.
But just before he could run away, he gets grabbed and crushed.
Poor Seth.
So it's not looking good for the Cullen team right now. Jasper is gone, Carlisle's gone, Seth just got packed up, Edward is getting done dirty, and they triple teaming Bella right now. Then Benjamin punches the ground and makes it split open. Now this was a good move, but it's also kind of a double-edged sword.
It was a
Because on one hand, they
risky
can throw
move.
the Volturi members into the fiery molten lava pits of Earth's core, but at the same time, they can do the same thing to
your
them.
own team
But it
can
does
be
give
put
us some
down
more
there,
points
too.
on the board, because 2 Volturi members get thrown into the hole. Then Bella Spartan kicks this nigga right here. I don't even know who this dude was. He don't even got a Volturi outfit either. I think this was just a regular guy that happened to be in the area. Rest in peace to him though. Then Esme gets grabbed and now she's falling off the edge. And I guess the dude who tackled her doesn't know how gravity works, because now his ass is scared and falling in the hole too. This one really had me confused, because these Volturi vampires have been alive for thousands of years and they still making rookie mistakes in the All-Star game. But as they all fall into the hole, Leah sees Esme struggling and charges over to help her, and she bites the dude off of her and they both fall to their death. Major respect to Leah, because she had 3 vampires on her before she did this, and she took them all with her too. That's a real nigga right there.
Especially because she didn't even like Esme, she really didn't need to do that.
Then he falls into the hole with a bunch of rocks. And now Dimitri is feeling himself, hoping to get that blood raise on his next Volturi check. But Edward has already seen his fiance cuddle with and make out with a whole nother guy, so he can't afford to take any more L's right now. So he ends up flying back on the field, grabbing Dimitri's head and taking it all the way off. I know Jasper was in hell watching like,
Coming up under there like that. I'm the same reason he come up under there like that. Because when I got him like that, I hit him right in the jaw.
and now Jane is looking concerned, but she don't got time to be looking around, because Alice pulls up and now it's time for her ISO. So Alice starts running to her, slides under this guy, punches him out the way, and Jane is still staring hard as hell at Alice right now, wondering why her powers ain't working. But she looks to her left and Bella has her shield activated to protect Alice. So Alice clotheslines this guy, dodges this punch, throws this guy out the way, and now Jane is running away. That's why you gotta have more moves in your bag. She a one-trick pony with her powers. She don't got hands for real.
You do not have it. Stop putting on the persona for these niggas out here. You don't got it.
But as she tries to run from Alice, she appears right in front of her, grabs her by the neck and forces her to the ground. And this part right here is one of my favorite scenes in Twilight, because then we see Sam pull up ready to feast on Jane. And then Alice starts treating Jane like a bad kid and grabs her by her collar and takes her straight to Sam. And after that, she became dog food. And now the Volturi Big Three is upset, so they send out Caius to take out the Denali Coven members. He goes and chokes Tanya, but this was all a setup for another alley-oop, because Garrett comes and passes him the cape. And this is not the person you want grabbing your neck, because she starts frying his ass. Then Tanya grabs his mouth and rips his head in half.
And you know that they wanted him too, because he was the one that initiated the kill order on their sister. So you knew he was really the one that they wanted dead. And the fact that they did get to avenge their sister like that, I approve. I approve.
Hey, no more big 3, it's just big 2 now. Then we see Vladimir putting in work. He dodges the punch, then backhands him. Then he looks at Stefan, and with that look, he already knew what the play was. They run at Marcus, and he just accepts his fate. He been wanting to die for a while now, so this was an easy bucket for them. But now Oro is pissed. He lost all his guards, and they just smoked Caius and Marcus. So Oro gets ready to hop on the field himself. But Bella is in her defensive bag right now and tries to stop him. But she gets her ass thrown right back into Edward. But now it's time for Edward and Bella to draw up a new play. He picks her up and swings her into Oro. Then throws her in the air and she kicks him back. I don't know when Bella learned how to do all this, but she cooking right now. So now Edward got him in the same position your homie puts you in when it's a group of girls around. But Oro was born around 1340 BC, so he not finna be little broed by anybody.
Nope.
So he flips Edward around and starts trying to smash his face. But Bella pops up and starts trying to smash his face. And now Edward sees the open shot. He takes Oro's legs out, and then Bella rips off his head. And she goes to burn him quick as hell too. And look at the Volturi meat riders already coming to save him. They even got Palpatine flying up there. He saw somebody burning and thought it was Anakin. And that was the last thing that Oro saw. But turns out this entire fight was a big ass pump fake.
Yep.
It was all Alice showing him the future of what it would have been if they did run the fade. And after seeing himself get cooked, his entire group packed up, and Bella being
this
useful,
swerve was crazy.
Oro decided he did not want the smoke. And yeah, that's pretty much all the fights I wanted to cover. I know these movies get a bad rep, but y'all can't lie. These niggas was moving different
That's
during
what
these
I'm
fight scenes.
saying, bro.
I've yet to see
They got
vampires have better
action.
hands than the ones in Twilight. But I'm tired of talking to y'all. Cue my outro music.
We can teach you like a simulation. You go die just from that smoke. Off the inhalation. Bad's coming.
What song is that? I'm gonna stop it before I get copyrighted, but what song is that? Yeah, man, it's like he said, these movies get a bad rep, and I understand why. The bad rep, definitely valid, because, you know, very obvious flaws, but they got action. they got, the vampires in the Twilight movies are moving different, man. They got action in there. And I'm still going to be enjoying rewatching them all the same, regardless of what other people have to say about it. Because I just like enjoying something that I like. God forbid I do that. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. If you enjoyed my reaction to this, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next video. See ya.